Alright, so I have been Nuzlocking Pokemon Violet. I'm approaching the first gym, so I wanted to do a brief update. So I started with getting to where you choose your starter Pokemon, and I had Alexa roll a d6, and I had each starter assigned a number 1 through 6. 1 and 2 was grass, 3 and 4 was fire, 5 and 6 was water. She rolled a 3, so I started with Fuecoco, and from there the adventure began. One of the rules for my Nuzlocke is that every single Pokemon other than my starter must be surprise traded, and if I can use it, it goes into my party. If it's too high level to be used because I don't have the right badges, it goes into a box, and if, because they're so prevalent in this era, it's a hacked Pokemon, I just take whatever held item it has and wonder trade it right back out until I get something that isn't hacked. With my first attempt on this Nuzlocke, I got my starter, and then I got a Psyduck, and I forget what the third one was, but I was making my way to the first Pokemon Center, and I got a little bit sidetracked, ended up with a specific trainer who wiped out my entire team. This guy right here. His Rockruff destroyed Fuecoco because rock beats fire. I managed to take it out with Psyduck, but then his second Pokemon destroyed my next two, and I never even got to his Makuhita. My first run was over, and I had to start from the beginning again. Okay, so here's a quick overview of the rules for my run. I have the traditional ones of must nickname everything, can only catch one per area, if they get knocked out, they're done, you can't use them again. I'm personally just boxing them because eventually I'm going to probably add them to Pokemon Home, but I don't like releasing things if I don't have to. I'm limiting myself to no healing items such as potions or revives, obviously revives for obvious reasons. Berries are usable because it's only 10 or 30 and they have to be held items, or things like shell bells, leftovers, what have you. Everything I catch must be wonder traded away. Continue trading until I get something that isn't hacked and is not a duplicate party member. For the most part, the game is going to play out exactly as every other Nuzlocke. I'm also not doing any raids, but other than the no healing items, all other items are usable, so we'll see what we get. Alright, so I have officially reached the first gym in my run. My party currently is 2 Pokemon. My Fuecoco has evolved, and I also have a Smoliv. Aside from that, the other 4 Pokemon that I have gotten along the way through catching and then surprise trading are all currently unusable. They are too high level, and I don't have the right badges to use them. So let me show you my team going into the first gym. This is my Fuecoco. I bought it the charcoal to hold, so its Incinerate will hit harder, and it should sweep the gym no problem. Next up is my Smoliv, not going to be useful for either of the first 2 gyms, but will definitely be useful as an Arboliva later on. These 4 are the ones in my box currently. They will be usable once I get additional badges, 2 of them after the first badge, the other 2 probably after the 3rd or 4th badge, but I look forward to using them. Alright, so I got through the first gym. It was a breeze. My fire type just swept the whole thing, and here are the highlights for you. And that's the first gym down. Now I'm on my way to the Rock Titan and the Grass type gym. Alright, so now that I'm on my way to the Grass type gym as well as the Rock Titan trial, I have caught my next Pokemon, which ended up being a level 7 Rookity. And when I surprise traded it, I ended up with a level 1 Bounsweet. Second Grass type, not very useful whatsoever, but the final form is pretty good, so having a second Grass type can't hurt. So we'll see where it goes. Okay, so the Rock Titan trial is officially done. The Pokemon that I used was the Dreadnought named Angelica that I got through surprise trade earlier on. After having beaten the first gym, the Bug type, I could use Pokemon up to level 25. This was level 23, 24 when I got it. It was 24 when I did the battle. So it was relatively easy. MVP right there. For the initial phase of the battle, where it was just me by myself against Klawf, Razor Shell took it down in one hit, dropped it into the low red, and Klawf ran away. For the second phase, where Arvin jumps in, he sent out his Shelter. It went down with one more Razor Shell. It was so easy. Realistically, I was a bit over-leveled for it, but I'm not actively trying to over-level. This is just the level that it was surprise traded to me at, so here we go. And now here we are with the Path of Legends badge for Klawf, heading on to the Grass type gym. Here we go. This bird. I don't like this bird. It cost me my first death on the Nuzlocke. So I was trying to do a last minute catch, and I ran outside of the city over to the next area just so I could catch something for a quick trade, something that might be helpful in the boss fight. But no. This is the first thing I fought, and it killed my Smoliv. I did end up catching it and traded it, but first death of the run. This is the Pokemon I got from the Wonder Trade. It is a Bergmite. It's level 1, so I have a lot of leveling up to do on it, but it might be useful later on. Fresh off the death of my Smoliv, I went ahead and challenged the Grass type gym. I just used the same Fire type starter as I did for the Bug type gym. Steamrolled the whole thing. It went pretty easy. Here's the highlights. I am on to the next Titan. I believe it's Bombardier. With 2 gyms and 1 Titan down, lesson learned is pay attention to type matchups so you don't send out a grass type against a flying type.